Hello, this is Ben from Ben's Kitchen and Garden, and today I'm showing you how to turn these dough balls into really nice, perfect buns. It can be used for sandwiches or burgers or whatever you're eating. So this is, I think, an awesome skill to have for baking bread because it shows you how to do so many things, and this form is really used almost across all different kinds of breads. These I actually cut off of this big piece of dough here that I'm going to turn into buns. This actually I might turn into a loaf, but these I weighed out. It's really important to have them about the same size so that they all cook evenly. Now, they're all kind of different shapes here, which is fine, but almost always they have one stickier side and then one like less sticky, smoother side. I like to put the smoother side down. I'll move a couple of these out of the way because I'm going to fold it into itself, and while doing that, it's going to seal it up and put sticky on sticky, so then you get a nice tight seam. So this looks like this, and I'll just do one. And from my own experiences, I can do one in each hand, ooh, ah, but to start, I'll just do one like this. So what I like to do is to kind of get it into a round. I put the non-sticky side down, and then I roll it up like this. And it's starting to make a little bit of a circle. And then I roll it up like this. And now it's actually in a pretty decent round bun shape. It looks small, but remember it's going to proof almost double this size and then bake after that. I don't like too much bread with my sandwiches or burgers, so this is a nice size, about 100 grams. So now I have it like this, and if you can see that, it's going to look kind of like a little package. It's already nicely sealed up. And this is the technique here that's used in so much bread baking. You make a C with your hand, and then the meaty part of your hand right here, you want that to roll the bun so that it is nicely sealed up. You can see how tight that is, and the seam is all closed up on the bottom here, so when it sits it's going to be smooth on the top and then no blowouts where you have a seam on the side and then the bread kind of expands or explodes. So this goes like this, and then I just have a sheet tray here. I'll put it on like that with a little bit of parchment. This top, you can tell, is really not sticky basically at all. The bottom is, and you can see it kind of sticking to the parchment. That's perfect. So now I'll do one more slowly, and then I'll fly through the rest of these. So this folds, fold, fold, so it's like a hot dog bun. If I was doing a hot dog bun, I would just roll it out like that. And I go this way. So now I have a nice little package there, and all the messy seam side is down at the bottom like that, and then I make my C and then I roll. One of the things that many people struggle with when they're first starting to make buns is that they don't want it to stick to the counter. You actually want a nice amount of tension on the bottom because that's how you actually seal up the bun. So if it's just sort of sliding across the counter with no stickiness, then it's never going to seal itself up. It looks like this. So you want that smooth on the top and then sticky on the bottom. And I'll show you. Once you get going at it, it's pretty easy. And you don't need to roll it longer than just that seam on the bottom. That's all you're doing. Just putting the seam on the bottom, making the top smooth like that. So this is where a lot of people start in bakeries. They have a ton of bun making operations because people love buns for sandwiches, and it's a really easy way to get someone started in a production bakery. So many places where you start, that's where I've started. The two bakeries I worked at. So you roll thousands of buns and then you pick up the little techniques. I always like to start with the fold. I think it makes a tighter final product. And yeah, it adds on a couple seconds, which in a production setting is not ideal, but for at home, it's definitely worth it. So you can get going on this every year. My family does this all together. I've done it for the past number of years, and even once a year, all my siblings and parents and whoever else is around, my wife, they all can roll buns adequately. So it's a really nice skill to have, and home fresh baked buns are delicious. So there you go. The key is this little technique here, making a C, having the sticky part on the bottom, tightening that up so that seam sits nice and evenly right on the bottom of that bun. There you go. Perfect sandwich buns. All right, so this is the final bun here. It looks pretty nice and really nice browning. See a little bit of blistering right here on the top, where you those little kind of micro bubbles. It's a beautiful sunny day. I actually had the windows open, can't believe it. It's April. And this is gonna be great for a burger. Now, the one thing I just want to point out is that, yeah, there's great browning and all that, but look at the bottom here. And then see, with that rolling technique, see how that forms that seam? So that little button right there, that's where all of that dough is collected up and kind of pinched. So when it sits flat, it's almost like a little, I think of it almost like a belly button. And that's just sitting there. So this is all pulled into that one spot. And you can look for that on your buns and see how tight that is. If it's kind of opened up, it might not be as round or as tall, but it also will probably have some spottiness on the bottom too. So let's cut this open here. See how we did. Going right on this beautiful table. It's probably a bad idea. Very nice. So pretty standard crumb there, a little bit of whole wheat in these, so it's a little darker. Nice, open, fluffy, delicious. There you go. So that's a bun rolling technique. Should be required for anyone that's interested in making homemade breads, because it can lead to so many other skills and it's really pretty easy to do. So there you go. Check out more at benskitchengarden.com.